Hello everybody, Average Gamer. Welcome to another Supreme Brewer Ultimate episode as China. So, in the last episode, we did a live stream. Well, I wouldn't say the last episode, but a 5-hour live stream where we talked about the Trump DLC and a whole bunch of other stuff. We really didn't play that much. We took out Malaya as the final move and released Sarawak and gave it its independence back. Kind of look a little bit better on the international community. Other thing we're going to do is, in this episode, at least, we're gonna start to become a little bit more financially stable. And what I mean by that is, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner right now, down here, right now, our surplus deficit, we're currently running a deficit per day of $6.9 billion. Now, that's being offset by our $16.3 billion trade surplus. So right now, we're making about $10 billion a day in money. What I want to do is basically just do some maneuvering, changing some things around, getting rid of some stuff that we're not using anymore to try to offset some of this expenditure. Because right now our expenditures are $28 billion a day. There's a lot of stuff that we can curb, cut costs, and reduce and remove. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our military as is right now, our production for our military. So right now, best thing to do is actually to bring up this. I believe it's this right here. So right now, our production capacities are the following: 98 land production facilities, 77 air production facilities, 61 naval production facilities, and then 46 missile production facilities. We have the second largest, or the largest, building facilities of all. Basically, when you look at it, we'll also bring up the military as well. The U.S. is the closest to us at 2.2 million people in their military. We have 6.1 million. If you actually pull up the numbers, that's active military troops. That's in our bases right now as we speak. If you actually bring up the numbers, so current active personnel is 6.1 million. Those are all base personnel. We actually have and can call upon 67 million troops right now from reserve. That's our reserve personnel. So what I've recently done is I've kind of tweaked our defensive guy here a little bit. I've told him to stop increasing readiness and reserve personnel and unit readiness itself. Basically, I've just removed all that together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to actually decrease unit readiness. Now this is basically lowers military costs and improves international relations with everyone, so that's pretty good. Now, it does make, quote-unquote, us to increase the vulnerability to surprise attack, but I'm not too worried about that, and I'm not going to worry too much about spending at the moment. So we're going to kind of let it do its own little thing here. So when we look at it, our production, the production cost right now is $43 million for land, $42 million for air, less than $1 million for naval, and then $75 million for missiles. This is how much production itself is costing us. To be 100% honest with you, what I want to do is actually go in and cancel all production temporarily of all military units. So we're going to just cancel all this stuff for the moment. Aircraft carrier is going to stay, and our missile production is going to get canceled. What I want to do is start off our big cost-cutting measures by removing a lot, and I mean a lot, of these building facilities. All these production facilities we have for military specifically, military-specific production. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to land units first. Pretty much I'm going to look at it and go, well, how many units am I going to build at a time? And I'm going to look at, well, the Americans. The max amount of units they can build at any given time, land units, is 25. So I want a little bit more than the Americans. So I'm going to do 30. So we're going to remove all our land units except for land production, except for 30. So land production. can get rid of a whole bunch of that. 50, 40, 30. Now, we have 77. The Americans, who are second, have 30. I want to up that to 35. I always want to at least have more than the Americans. So we're going to remove air production. We're going to change that to 35. So we're just going to keep going. Here we go. 40, 36, 35. Next one is naval production. They do 11, we do 61. So I'm going to do, we'll say 15. Naval production. We'll remove all of these till we get to 15. And to be honest with you, no big worry. There we go. And in that construction, we lost our aircraft carrier. No, wasn't one of those. I think we just lost our aircraft carrier construction. Son of a bitch. Yep. So we just lost our aircraft carrier construction. That's bullshit. So 15 are left. I'm going to now tell it to build that aircraft carrier. Oh, wait, no. Wait, what did I just... Naval production? Ah, that's fucked up. Anyways, but now we've reduced that down to 15. Missile production is 46. They're 11, so we're going to reduce that as well down to 15. Missile production. And we're going to reduce that down to 15 as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to wait a little while. We're going to let the stuff settle. We're going to up the speed here to fastest because we're making money, so we're not too worried about short-term losses. So it'll take it's about 3% a day from the looks of it. 4 a.m., so it's another day. 86. It's a new day again. 78. It's a new day. So, 71%. So, we're going to slowly work our way through there. The next step is going to be to slowly remove military facilities themselves that we don't need. One of the plans I want to do is keep air bases active in certain locations so we can transfer aircraft back and forth. I'm going to leave these guys over here active because I do not trust Europe, obviously. But we also want to have aircraft bases around so we can transport aircraft from east to west. Let's see here. What is this? Support activities, East Pakistan. We're actually going to cancel out that momentarily. Improve fire control. And we're going to change up our research as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to click U. Go to diplomacy here. First things first. That's good. That's... Okay, we're allowing. Okay. We're going to stop supporting and stop giving them updated military equipment because they don't have a military. Their airbase alone is damaged and they're not repairing it. So, because they just don't have the money for it. So we're done with them for now. Next step is research. So right now we have 25 research facilities. Right now research is costing us almost, well, the efficiency itself is costing us 1.6 billion. while research development as well it currently is costing us 353 million. Now, one of the reasons why I want to kind of curb this a little bit is because each facility, if I bring up the map here, on top of everything else, is costing us an additional 6 million in annual maintenance just for the buildings. So when we go here, that's a lot of money. Research is costing us over $2 billion a year for projects and efficiency. If we can curb some of this, it'd be a good idea. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut out 5, just 5, research facilities. We actually currently have 32, 24 of which are currently active. So I'm going to bring them all online. And then I'm going to get rid of all of them, except for, well, I'm going to get rid of 5. And bring it down to 20. As well, resources. I'm going to actually start taking control of the resources myself. So I'm actually going to lock out the minister out of everything. And then we're going to slowly go through everything. First, we're going to go through the, basically, it's kind of like the output / domestic price page. So right now, agriculture. We're currently sitting at 100% capacity. But for our capacity, we're creating almost 591,000 tons. Or 591,000 tons. Right now, the overall price is $2,400. The market price that we have, or our current price, our production price is $1,907. So right here, we should be making more than enough money right now off of agriculture, especially with the amount we have out. So what I'm going to tell it to do is I'm going to increase domestic prices to about 70% to 80%. So domestically, people are paying per ton $3,440 per ton, which isn't a big deal in my eyes right now, because we want to curb some of this so we can sell it and then cut production. Rubber, same deal, but this does not use domestically, so we're good there. We're only at 5,000 usage. That's basically one full group of facilities. Now, we're not making that much money, so I want to actually reduce production to about 22 is fine for the moment. Timber, we're going to increase that to 80% as well. And we're going to cut production as well to around 500,000 or 550,000. Perfect. Because we're not making that much money. The next thing we'll get into is trades. Petroleum. Petroleum is one of those things where we're only making $400 per ton. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to up the domestic price to 80%. So people are paying $255 per barrel. But the catch-22 is we're going to be selling. We're not going to cut production here. We're just going to keep production up, and we're going to use a lot of oil, and we're going to sell a lot of it. Coal, we don't have to worry about that too much. But I'm going to cut production. I'm going to cut it to, we'll say 417. No, we'll cut a little lower. 362 should be good. Metal, same thing. We're going to cut it down to 75%. Let's up it to almost 80. 80 should be good. Nuclear capacity, we have it. We'll actually reduce it to, I want it just high enough that we're making enough stocks that we can sell. That should be good. Electricity, keep it at 100% capacity, and we're basically just going to up this to 80 as well. And I'll get into additional reasons why I'm going to be doing this. We're going to up this to 60. And capacity for consumer goods is going to go down to 64%. Nope. Let's say 70%. 62, it's good. We'll have some stocks and stuff that we can sell. Industrial goods is next. We're currently actually using more than we have, so we're just going to keep it the way it is. because we're taking apart so many things. And last but not least, military goods. As you can see, we can cut things to at least 40% without any drastic problems. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to do all this was because I also want to deal with the international trading myself. So first thing, I want to sell at least, we're going to go with at least 40, well, we'll say 50% of our stocks for pretty much everything. The max bulk I want to do, because we're at 1.7, is say around 3,000 is good, because I can use these. Perfect. That'll be the closest we can do. Now, the international price is 24.86. What I want to do is I still want to make a good profit. So I'm going to actually up our prices a little bit. That's right, we're going to down our prices, a little bit. So we're going to be making a little less money, but in the end we should be selling more. So I want to go to roughly 2,200. Because that way, what's this? Service quantity set by about price. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just reading this. Oh, okay, I thought that was something else there. Okay, that's the price I set. Okay, for a second there, I thought I was setting prices at something different. Yet again, around 45 to 50% of our overall thing. Here we're only making a 2% increase in profits. I want to undercut the international market. So we're not going to be making much money, but we're going to be at least, hopefully, fingers crossed, undercutting a market, and the max we'll sell at any, like a full big sell is, I want 1,000 give or take. Come on. Nah, it's close enough. So that's how much we're going to sell in one big lump. Timber. I'm willing to sell 60% of our overall surplus, which is pretty much here. What I want to do too, well, actually, if we sell at market price, or a little bit below market price, we should still make a good amount of money. And the max is, no, I want to lower that a little bit. 100,000. There we go. Because that way they have to buy more than one. Oil, I want to sell just a little below market, so that's pretty good. I want to sell at least 60%. And I'll set it at 11, almost 2, basically 12. Come on, 18. Come on. Okay, almost 5.5 million barrels. Which, I mean, we've got way more than that. Sell 60% of our production. No big deal there. And I'll also be going around myself and manually trying to sell little bits and pieces here of money. The next one is coal. We need coal domestically. We need coal, for these things right here. So we're not going to sell too much coal. What we're going to do is we're going to sell at least about 40, I'll say 40% of our overall stocks. Yeah, 40 is good. And we want to sell it, yeah, that's good, but I want to sell nothing more than 10,000 at a time. Actually, we have a lot. Yeah, 11. 9 is good. For metal ore, we only have 700,000. Let's go with at least let's go with 60% of our overall surplus will be available for sale for auto sales. We're $1 cheaper than the international market. I actually want to go just a little further. Let's go $4 cheaper than the international market. We're at 80% capacity, so that is going to drop. Uranium. We need a lot, but we don't need we don't need a lot. So we're actually going to go with 60 or 70. Let's sell 70% of our stocks. That's good. I want to go, $1 less. Actually, let's go just a little taller. Let's go to 1. Let's go to 286. We're still making a lot of money. And 47,000 is good. Electricity, bulk sales is the max amount we have, and I want to sell everything for surplus. Basically, surplus energy is just that. It's surplus energy. It goes away immediately. If you don't sell it, it's gone. Consumer products, we're only making a 16% increase on this, but we can actually up it a little bit. Oh, no, we can't really that much. I mean, we're already making $8,000 profit per ton if we sell here. All right, so the max amount I want is around, 3.5 is good. But I need some for people, obviously. That's, kind of important. So we're going to set it at about 60%. 67% of surplus. So if we ever end up going into a hole a little bit ourselves, economically, we'll have all these stocks that we can either sell off or consume in the short term. International. Now here is a bit of a pain in the ass. We're trying to sell. The AI is trying to sell things at 49,000, which is good because it's costing us 53 or 43, and it's 53. So let's up it just a tiny bit. No, 49. Yeah, that should be good. I would like to 51. No, let's try 50. 50,000 tons per. There we go. Because if I look, international, it's favorable to sell this stuff, so we'll up our price a little bit, and the market availability is really good, so pretty much everyone's offering it. Selling conditions are okay. But I want to be able to sell, we're going to say 70% of our stocks remaining. Come on, there you go. They're going to be put on sale. Military. I like to build up military production, like military goods. So we're only going to sell 20% of our surplus. International market price is 125. We're sitting at 123. We're good there. All right. So that's our auto sales. So our auto sales are all set up. And our bulk sales, obviously associated with that, are all set up. Now what I want to do is and our domestic prices and production. Now what I want to do is go into imports. So that's going to be the next episode. The next episode, we're going to go over our imports and take a look to see what we need to do there. Until next time, see you guys then. Bye-bye.